All right. So last time you guys did enter Las Sardat, you managed your way around the various rooms. You found these kinds of glyphs, and underneath the glyphs, in a much more eroded gnomish writing, you found words that somewhat aligned to what the glyphs were saying. There were also other glyphs that were not related to sort of the words being interpreted, that were just indicating whether it was like friendly or enemy to Medolfir. Glyphs that only his tribe would understand from upbringing and oral tradition. You guys did fight some cloakers at one point that came out of a 600 to 700 foot deep hole in the ground. Um, Eventually, you made your way over to a bridge that crossed what seemingly was this endless and dark chasm, the bridge fading into like a darkness. There was a strange crystalline sort of casing that you guys put a small whetstone into. As you did, it kind of flashed almost like a flash bulb, and the bridge showed that there was another end to it. So you guys started walking across. You walked until you get to kind of like what you feel is the middle of this bridge, and this darkness kind of starts enveloping you guys, even a darkness that envelops the magical stick that Max has, the tinder stick that keeps it's not a tinder stick, Max, it's a something sun. Yeah. But
It's not a sun rod. It's just it's a twig that has continual flame spell cast on it.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So it's basically an ever burning torch.
Yeah, ever burning twig, we'll call it. So the ever burning twig, even that started darkening till all you could see is essentially your hand in front of your face, until eventually the darkness relented and you found yourselves across this bridge and where you stand now on this kind of map that you're looking at here. As you kind of gather your bearings on this side of the bridge, you notice another one of those casements adjacent, similar position to the bridge, crystalline with the little metal components underneath it. Just as a reminder, it looked like that. Oh, that's not what I wanted to show you. Close that. Why did that happen just now? That's
too much meta.
I think the permissions on journals is on the whole journal, not on just pages. You're trying to share one page out of it?
No. Yeah, I did the exact same thing I always do. It just for some reason did something different this time. Let me see. Hold on. What? Okay, hold on. Something's up on my end. There we go. Okay. This should work. It's literally the exact same thing. Okay. I don't know what happened last time, but... All right. Yes, that is what I intended to show. The jury will strike whatever it saw before. So yeah, you see this same kind of object, bridge crossing back, and you see a series of pathways ahead of you as well. What are you guys doing?
I thought we went to the other side.
Yeah, I thought we crossed the bridge.
Yeah, you crossed the bridge, okay. You went past the darkness, and you find yourself on this other side of the bridge. There are pathways to your south, to your north, some sort of what seems like a area to your north that opens up, more like hallways and passages to your south. But you do still see this kind of like another one of these casings adjacent to the bridge here as well.
Okay. Could you remove the wall in the middle of the map so we can see the half that we were in before? Or is it... Never
It's
mind.
completely shielded by darkness at this point.
Oh, yeah. Well, that makes sense. Do you guys want to go north? I mean, it feels like there's a hole there, right?
Yeah, I think maybe we just go north and see what happens.
I'm also getting seahorse vibes off of the current view.
Do y'all want to take a rest for HP?
Yeah.
Good idea.
As you start discussing, what to do in terms of the health damage that you guys have taken, which is substantial to some of you,
Yeah.
you notice something ahead of you unusual. There's some fleshy bones of a deceased being laid up against the wall directly in front of you, about 25, 30 feet away.
Like right there?
Yeah, essentially. You didn't notice it at first, kind of gathering your bearings, looking at the larger objects, and then you kind of just right in front of your face.
What kind of humanoid can make out? Is it still like, I don't know, detailed enough to make out what kind of humanoid it was? Without getting right up next to it, I mean?
I mean, you could definitely try that. You could try a knowledge nature check to kind of look at its skeletal structure.
I still have Mage Hand going. Can I reach up to it and mess with it?
Yeah, you could try to just touch it a little bit with the mage hand.
I mean, I think my range is 45 feet.
Sure. Midolfir kind of approaches, but doesn't get right up next to it. Your mage hand is kind of moving. Midolfir, do you have any ranks in heal skill?
Healing is for people that save stuff for the trip back.
Sure. What about any of the rest of you guys?
I do. Actually.
Do you have more than 5 ranks?
No.
Okay. Anybody can do kind of a knowledge nature check, but the heal would just give you synergy on this since it's like a decomposing body.
I mean, I made a 22 on a knowledge nature. If you didn't see it. Okay.
Yep, I saw. Max, do you have any ranks in heal?
Oh, Max rolled it.
So he only has 2.
Let me go.
Okay.
I'll roll a heal just for grins. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, the check is really a knowledge nature check. I'm only asking whether you have, for synergy reasons, 5 ranks.
Yeah, no, I don't. I no ranks. No ranks. So.
Okay. Yeah, and I don't think Finry does either, but here's Finry's knowledge nature check. Roll knowledge nature if you have knowledge nature. Otherwise, that's fine right now.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Nice. Okay. And Finry doesn't have any ranks in it, so he can't roll it anyways.
That's just a 12 for me.
Yep. Between the 3 of those checks, and that is important, the 3 of those checks, you notice a humanoid who has died. You estimate that it's been several years, maybe even decades, based on the state of its decomposition. It's not an ancient corpse. You also can, with those checks, see that there's no signs of harm that befell this being, like broken bones or like telltale signs of a battle or something that killed him. What remains of the flesh seems intact, although from its race, you believe it to be Orcish lineage, but its flesh no longer has that kind of greenish tint. It's been decomposing for so long. But you believe it to be Orcish lineage, either half-orc or full, based on the structure of the skull. Not to get too far into, what is that, phrenology?
Yeah.
Also, with that check, Max, you notice a telltale sign that would be difficult for the others to perceive, but you determine from the eroded nature of the bones that this being died maybe of like emaciation or hunger or maybe thirst. Like the narrowing of the bones. You have such good knowledge of nature itself that you could spot like this being died from lack of some resource to keep it alive.
I tell everybody. And then I put my sunglasses on and make a
CSI joke. Looks like this guy should have came off his diet a little bit earlier.
Wow! Curious, any glyphs on the wall? I pointed out those. I mean, we see as orcish, right? So, curious if this was, possibly kin, right? So,
give me a search check.
Yeah. Give me that search. Give me that. What about spot? Yeah, I'll do search.
Yeah. Now, this one Finnery is good at, so I'll say until Finnery shows up, he'll give you assistance with that. He's very good at searching. Oh, he rolled a 25. He's like, watch out, Midolfir. However, your check by itself, Midolfir, is sufficient. You do find a glyph on the wall ahead of you, pretty close to where this body was. It is the symbol that you were taught to be weary of as a child, Midolfir, that told you of where the dangerous parts of the woods are and where rivers that rise quickly would be. The glyph of danger. And this glyph is marked in such a way that it's more like scratched than it is like chipped. Like it was done more rushed than others.
Does the position on the wall, would it more indicate pointing, like indicating like to the south or to the north?
It's just there. It's not like pointing in any direction. Yeah.
Right.
It is lower down to the ground than you've noticed, as if somebody from a lower elevation was making these markings. All the rest of them have been kind of your shoulder height, Midolfir, kind of above 5 feet. I'm gonna ping Finnery while you're thinking this one over. While you're thinking of that too, Max, you do have the loot. I'm going to throw it into the bag of holding, but you did get loot, just one object from those cloakers. I'm just giving you a little bit of time to think it over, Midolfir. I've added it to the bag of holding now, and just as a description, it's some kind of a like reddish toned prism, circular shaped. It doesn't look like it's a gem, but rather something that's been crafted.
I'm gonna do a quick Arcana check on it.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know how much that'll give me. It might give me a little bit. Let's see.
Yeah. You get the feeling that this prism is something that a user could look through to assist in things, and that it is potentially a crafted magical item.
I look through it.
Okay. As you look through it, you notice that it's helping you like with some of the searching around. Like it almost like as you look through it, highlights somehow the thing that you're trying to find, even though you don't necessarily know what you're looking for. It's just like, imagine it's like AI that's picking up differences in an image, right? As you look through it, it's like shining just a little bit more on things that seem out of place that you should investigate.
So it's making the scene more like a Sierra click and walk game.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I just wanted to get that resolved. It's in the bag of holding.
I say, hey guys, so this is what this does. And I'm not too good at like actually spotting things anyway. So improving my ability to do so is not. My eyes aren't great. So does anybody else think they could, really go to 110% with this?
Yeah, it weighs about a pound. It's 6 inches in diameter. Does anybody else want to take that? I'll put it in your inventory if so.
Sorry, I'm like, what does it do again? Does it increase like your ability to search or?
Yeah, just by using it, Max was able to sort of look through it, and he's like, huh. Like, when I look through this as I'm trying to search, it almost, like, highlights things that seem out of place, if that makes any sense. And it's clearly some sort of crafted magical element.
Yeah, and then Max in character said, I'm going to call this gem the Ruby of Sierra.
Okay, I'll change the unidentified name to Ruby of Sierra, just for context. Finner, you're the best searcher in the group, by far, from ranking.
Yeah, I mean, I can take it. I just have to. Right now, I'm like at my max in terms of load. I just have to like maybe take my hat off. And, like, it's.
Yeah,
I can take care of it.
It weighs a pound, so it would just barely fit in your lightweight right now. Do you want me to go ahead and move it, and then you'll figure it out?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So. Okay. With that, what are you guys doing? You saw this corpse in front of you. You've investigated that it was an orc. It died of some sort of hunger based on your really high nature check.
Nothing to loot, right?
Nothing to loot. Like, whatever this guy was carrying, it's either disintegrated or it just wasn't much to start with, or he's let it go somewhere. Unclear. Like, there's rags that are basically on him, but that's all.
What's on the ceiling here? Look up.
Sure. I mean, part of it is the natural stone that's coming from the bridge, up overhead, the chasm. You look up and you don't see anything of note that's different than what you've seen in the rest of the cave.
Does the paths north and south, do they ascend or descend, or one versus the other?
Great question. The path to the north ascends a little bit. The path to the south descends a little bit. Not a huge steep amount, but perceivable.
So, I guess the question to the party still remains: is anybody interested in taking a rest here, or should we move on?
I could use a rest. Your wizard is at 50 out of 80 HP.
Yeah. And so is our
Yeah. I
Barbarian.
could definitely use a rest.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm not going to argue against it, is all I'm saying.
Where do you guys plan to rest?
As close to the edge of this cliff as possible.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. No.
Can you like find a room or something to take a rest? Like,
You feel like to the north there's an opening that's larger. I mean, again, this is all darkness outside of your 60 feet and outside of Max's lit candle, basically. But the measurements still don't mean anything.
Yeah, I'm just trying to indicate which way we should go.
Okay.
Like, the game is paused. It's not like I can move anything.
Yeah, that's fair. So, north, south?
let's go north,
Yeah, let's go north a little bit.
and I can sneak out first because I can see in the dark, so it shouldn't be as much of a problem for me as well. Is that true?
Sure. Yeah, you can see 60 feet in the dark. Being out and ahead is definitely good since you're much more stealthy. Give me a hide check. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be in the 30s probably, but... Oh, sorry, it's paused. Go for it. Yeah, 43. Jesus. Yeah, I mean, as soon as you walk beyond like 20 feet, even though there's light coming off of Max's twig, like you essentially disappear into the shadows, even to your own group. I'm guessing nobody's going to beat a spot check that can find you there. So, yeah, you lead up ahead. As you do, you come upon a room that is very familiar to you. Give me a second here.
Oh my god, it's the front room of the local comic book shop in a dungeon.
How did that get there?
Yeah, nice.
Those damn orcish barbarians with their comic books.
It's
So,
the LPS.
for convenience, I've got Max, Medolfir, and Lanray close to you, but here's what you find. You come to a room that is eerily familiar. You find a room that is the same as what you saw before, a deep cenote, small amounts of water dripping at the edges of the room, forming little rivulets that lead to the hole. There's only one difference here. Like, when you saw this before, you entered from
From the
this
east.
direction,
Yeah.
but that direction's now a wall, a solid wall. You see an entrance from this direction now. And as you look around the room, you get an eerie feeling like everything is kind of flipped.
I'm going to ask the team to not walk further into the room since we're into the Disney movie The Holes.
Mm-hmm. You whisper that back to the group.
Yeah. I will try to look down the hole and try to search around it without them really getting into the room, because if I sense, and I'll do this silently if you want me to do it more silently as well.
Give me a move silent. Max, I think you were about to say something. The rest of the group is about 30 or 40 feet behind. You hear this whisper from Finray.
I had cast with message before, and we haven't rested yet, so
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
it
still
lasts
going.
for a good while.
Yep.
Can I do like a spellcraft check to understand if the mirroring here that he's talking about is in some way, now that potentially an effect of some sort of magic has been described to me?
Yeah, understood.
Could I investigate using spellcraft?
Yeah, give me a spellcraft check. So, Max and Finray, I'll resolve your search check in a second. Max, you don't feel like there's any arcane effects occurring here, but you recall back to the bridge crossing itself, and you get the feeling potentially that some strange effect of conjuration could have been concurrent with the evocation of that darkness when you cross the bridge, potentially moving you without your ability to realize it. You feel as though that arcane darkness was shrouding maybe some other magic that may have altered the place that you are.
Can I throw something out?
Yeah, you guys are whispering to each other as Finray is kind of looking around this room more intently. What?
In my head, can I throw something?
Yes. Yeah.
I start to think like, could that plane, that black mist or whatever, could it have been an alternate entrance to like the plane of mirrors or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
Does that spark anything in my brain? No?
Yeah, potentially, or something that is mimicking that. I mean, as Finray is describing this, are you guys getting closer as he's searching, or are you staying back like he had recommended?
He told us to stay back, so.
Okay. So you guys
Yeah,
are
I'm
still
staying
kind of...
back. I'm gonna have my bow drawn just because I don't know.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are back enough that you are just at the precipice of where the room widens into this in that southern passage. Finray, as you search around more intently, sound. comes.
One other thing, I want to.
Yeah.
I believe this to be a different hole, but I feel like it's this. I just want to confirm that this is actually a different hole, right?
I mean, the entirety of this hole feels mirrored compared to what you saw before. Like what was on the left side of this hole is now on the right side. It doesn't make sense. It could be the same hole, but somehow everything that you perceive is reversed somehow. You're not really into Arcana, so.
If it looks eerily mirrored, I would look for things like the signs of our fight. If I can see the signs of our fight here, I would know that it was different. And then a general search check.
There is one distinct difference. The bodies of the cloakers, the two that didn't fall into the hole, are nowhere to be found. And as you walk around to those locations that you all left them, even the reverse of that, nothing is found there. But what you do find is a couple more decomposing bodies laid against a rock, laying on the ground on its belly. 2 decomposing skeletons, observable about the same time frame that the other one, maybe a decade old or several years, but not ancient in any way. And then a sound comes to you, Finray. Almost like a whispered voice directly into your mind, as if it were your own thoughts. Are you lost, little one?
Yep, I am going to go back to the party. And I will describe all of these things to Max and them.
Okay.
That doesn't sound great.
As you return back through the passage and describe those things, the voice continues. Even though you get out of that room and return back the 60 or so feet, 80, 90 feet back, it has been some time since we have seen Wanderer. And again, it's right into your brain as if you're thinking it yourself.
So is it just speaking to me? No one else can hear this?
Thus far, you're the only one hearing these voices.
So I will describe the voices and hopefully I'm like, I am more than 50% sure I am not crazy.
Hey, Midolfir, can you give me a will save?
Oh, shit. Shit just got real, guys. I apologize in advance.
Natural.
That is a nat 1.
Midolfir, you hear a voice in your head. Oh, yours are what you seek. I see. Yes, many have seeked. Oh, suspicious are we? Well, not without good reason. There are many dangers in this place. It isn't speaking in a language to you, it's speaking in whatever your mind is interpreting. So like when you heard that, it was in Orcish to you. But it was your own mind's kind of interpretation of it.
So Midolfir has a sword drawn at this point. Of course, he's like, there's dangers around. Is anybody else hearing that?
Give me listen checks.
I'm going to go ahead and make a listen check just because.
Sure. Okay, Lanray. Madolfir, it's difficult for you to listen for anything other than this voice that feels internal to your mind. But Lanray, you listen, not hearing this voice, but hearing instead a skittering sound, like the sounds of things just moving. Not directly adjacent to you, but certainly louder than you've heard in the past.
I mean, I let the group know.
Okay. Let me pull you guys back to the map, since all of you left that room. Or one of you did.
I'm looking around. So
Okay. From this vantage point of 60 feet of dark vision, you don't see anything within your dark vision as you scan around, looking at the floor. Where are you looking?
All around, but interested in the ceiling. Madolfir keeps sinking back to the line about moonlit wings reflecting the stars that guide me.
Sure. Yeah.
Hey,
As you look around, you don't see anything.
I'm gonna just tell. Do we have the other map? Do we have can we? If this is a mirror of the other side, and the middle point is this walkway, then we should know what the rest of this area looks like, right? It should.
Mm-hmm.
It should mirror like the previous side. So, and we can probably leave going out the front door this way potentially. I just wanted to point that out, and I don't know. Go ahead.
Let me make it accessible to you guys. Let me just tweak some things so that you just have it as reference, right? I mean, you would have been sort of taking notes on where you're going. Yeah, I'll show you guys this map again. Let me see.
So what I was going to say is, if we are looking for a place to rest, we should just think about where on the other side we had a good place to rest. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you guys can see the map at least for reference now. So right now you guys would be theoretically here in the reverse, right? You see the southern passage and you see that northern room where the voice came from. What are you guys doing?
Do we want to? I don't know, guys. All I know is I'm hearing voices.
Yeah, I mean,
and I'm hearing sounds. Sorry, Fenry.
Threatening voices.
Are we supposed to be seeing something right now on the map?
Just your position. You should be able to see stuff.
You said something about seeing the other side or something.
Yeah, I made it at the top. You'll see that the before map from before is now an available tab that you can see just for reference of where you've been.
So yeah, if we go south, it should lead to like some chambers or something, right?
Yeah.
If it's symmetrical.
That kind of greenish room, etc. Yeah.
Let's try. I don't know. I mean, you guys are hearing voices, but like...
Well, they're hearing voices, and, I told the group I'm hearing something moving around. Yep. So, I don't know that it's a great place to be resting, unfortunately.
Yeah, let's head south.
Okay.
And look, the points of interest, like where we saw glyphs and writing, see if there are glyphs and writing in the same spots, or just be aware, be looking for, Madolfir's of course going to be looking for the glyphs. So
you find a passageway. Go ahead.
I'm going to assume I'm going to be out front, just like before, and doing the same searching with the left alt button.
No need to re-click that. Holding that. Conditions have not changed sufficiently. As you guys kind of come back up to here, you do find a passage that goes into a large room. That large room had that kind of greenish glow before. Do you wish to walk into that room?
That was the room with like a big, like a light at the ceiling or something.
Yes, it was.
Can we come into this room from the top instead of the bottom, like through the secret passageway?
You could. So, Finry, you would know basically you have to go back around to this passage.
Yeah, I was asking the party that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just saying, would it be better to come in from... I mean, I can look in to see if there's anybody in there, but I don't think strolling into a room potentially full of people is a good idea. So do I see anything in there?
You look in and you don't see anything other than the lantern on the ceiling that you recall with the greenish tone, the series of entrances, the staircase. Everything's flipped, obviously.
Medolfer would actually kind of be interested to make a way back to that pillar that had the two notes where we heard the drums echo from when I howled.
Yeah, the one that was kind of like a large tower from a distance but became a pillar as you got closer.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's empty, we can go in there and look around if you want. I'm worried about rolling into a room with like 20 ants or something, because...
Yeah.
I mean, as you peer in, everything is reversed in that room, but it looks to be clear from your spot and search checks before. I'm going to hold what you've done before because the conditions haven't changed. You look in and... Yeah.
Where were the glyphs before? Was there a glyph in this room?
There were, yeah. You want to look to see specifically if those glyphs are still here, or you want to continue to the pillar where Medolfir wanted to look.
Medolfir, if we're already here, we can go see if the glyphs are still here, or if they're reversed. I don't know. I figured I'd ask.
Yeah. Walking in to see the glyphs, or walking around to go to the other tower thing? Sounds like Medolfir, you're the chooser.
Medolfer wants to go to the tower first,
Okay.
because I want to see if there's anything different about those glyphs, if they're there.
Yeah.
Also, potentially, maybe these are not so eroded and we can fill in the blanks.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we see that, then we can make our way back to this room or whatever and see about those glyphs.
Okay. You get to about this point and you see, Finry, the little hallway with the dead end that you saw before. One thing that you notice is the little trigger that you pressed as you kind of pass by. You notice that whatever that trigger opened before, it's not open here. So if that trigger still exists here, the stone tablet that moved out of the way when you did it is no longer activated. Do you continue on to the pillar up to your north, or do you investigate?
I'm going to go to the tower.
Okay. You take note of it, but continue to the pillar. You don't have to do a search check here because you already know where these things were before. As you take a look, you do find etchings, rudimentary. The wolf head looking up at a winged being with moonlight shined upon it. You see the gnomish writing below it, Finry, that says the same thing. Moonlit wings reflect the stars that guide me. And then other words that are indecipherable. You find the other glyph of the drums and the crescent moon. And an older gnomish writing that says, hear the drums, and you think it says either silent or echo tonight.
So I'm going to say that the first one was like something about the reflection of the moon. What was that first thing?
Moonlit wings reflect the stars that guide me. And if you ever need to reference it on the campaign landing page, it's in your journal now.
I would just say that this is a reflection of the other side, so that could have a different meaning.
Just because I heard y'all talking about it, Medolfer's going to ask Finry, hey, Look at the glyphs through that crystal thing that Max found.
Do you do so?
Yeah, I mean, I assume I would have been searching with the crystal the whole time.
Okay. As you pull that prism up and look through these glyphs, you do notice that the glyphs themselves give off kind of a little bit of a dull. It just looks like rock when you go over the glyphs. But as you look at the gnomish writing, the lens does perceive now words that you could not read before. Where you saw hear the drums tonight, it now clearly states hear the drums echo tonight. Where you saw moonlit wings reflect the stars that guide me, with further words, it now says that guide me towards salvation. So like the erosion of the words as you look through this lens is less of an issue. The words kind of just have a little bit of a light that shows through.
What? Just because I may be doing it wrong. Where in the journal is this?
I'll pull you guys to the campaign landing page.
I looked for it in the journal, GM. I couldn't find it, but maybe I didn't look in the right spot. But
So
you did post it in the Discord, so
yeah. On this map, if you look, on this landing page, the part that says local research. If you click just underneath the local research, there's like a button.
there we go.
Click, yep. And it shows you kind of some of your notes from Marcus.
I got it. I clicked on the journal in the top tab because we have.
Yeah. And I think you guys actually have edit rights to that if you want to tweak and edit things in there. Just for knowledge. Yeah, so you read that and you're whispering it to the rest of the group.
It definitely doesn't show up in the journals tab, though. I don't know why.
That is weird. It should.
Yeah,
That's
kind of why I was saying. I was like, I looked in the journal tab and I didn't see it.
I'll look for that. Yeah, it's probably under a subfolder or something. Maybe it's under lore. Do you guys see the lore folder?
Nope.
No.
Okay, yeah, I've got to do something with
Match note, NPCs, quest journal.
Noted.
Quest
Yeah,
center.
I'll fix that.
No worries, it's a small thing. Sorry to distract.
So, having read that, you guys do it. The tower appears to be the same, albeit reflected, just like the other room.
And what were the words? Because I'll type in the words for the thing. So the moonlit wings reflect the stars that guide me
towards salvation. And then hear the drums echo tonight.
I mean, it's a Toto song.
Adolfo, you're aware, as he says this out loud, it becomes more familiar to you of a childhood chant that you all used to do before the sowing season. As your tribe tried to transition between nomadic and sort of staying agricultural, you attempted to reach out to shamans who would come to try to make the harvest happen quicker. And these shamans would show up and sing these songs, and the words to this one does sound a lot like a shamanic song from your childhood.
Is there anything else about that I recall that may provide some context to why these words are written here?
You remember it was strange to most of the Wolfenveer who are not a super religious type of group. You don't usually rely on shamans. Like, that kind of borders into deities and things like that. It felt like a ritual of sorts.
So
it's heading.
So just because I want to see what happens differently here, I'm gonna get out like we did before and belt out a mighty yelp out here.
Okay. Yeah. You do so.
I have.
It bounces off the walls as you holler. And Lanray, you now hear those skitter sounds, which you had gotten further from before and had not heard all through this travel. But Lanray, once again, you hear distant skittering sounds that get a little bit louder, but then stop. They don't feel very close to you, but you distinctly heard that uneasy sound.
Before, when the drums echoed back, or what I'm calling the drums echoed back, it to me at the time it kind of indicated like it was heading like they were reverberating to the south, right? Does the same behavior in the echoes happen again this time?
I mean, the echo trails off to the point where you feel like the last sounds of your echoing voice are coming from the south, for sure.
Okay.
Modal Fear, when we get out of here, we're going to have a discussion about how being sneaky is not your strong suit.
Yeah.
Hey, GM.
Yeah, what's up?
Max would like to think about whether or not he would be able to bless the rains down in Bokab.
Well,
You think through, are you asking what are you trying to ask Manolfir what the song sounded like?
Yeah, well, yeah. Because
Manolfir.
This is pretty great because I have create water prepped.
Manolfir, I need you to do a quick intelligence check. The DC of this is gonna be 6.
Oh. I still feel targeted.
Okay. Manolfir, you recall the chant that this shaman did, parts of it. It was a childhood song. It was sung a few times while you were a child. He went hear the echoes, hear the drums echoing tonight, but she hears only whispers of some quiet conversation. And you run through it until you get to a point where you're really belting it out now as you recall this childhood song, and it goes, I bless the rains down in Africa. You recount the lyrics. Max, you now know the lyrics to this childhood song that Manolfir used to hear.
Should I cast create water to create rain?
no more.
Oh. Okay.
Henry's like, let it die, please.
What are you guys doing?
And can we go to the green room and look at those glyphs? Because there's glyphs in those rooms that were missing words too. And
I re-added the correct map. I accidentally didn't have you with permissions on it. So you guys do return back over to here. Oh, as you pass here, you saw this room again, the kind of entry room that you came in as you pass it by. You guys eventually make your way all the way back to the green room. Switch the camera over there. Go ahead and give me a search check. Actually, you know what? You don't need to, because you know where the position of these are. In this room, you find back to where those glyphs are. Now, in this room, you also find another dead body. Similar conditions.
GM.
Yeah.
The glyphs that we've seen so far, are they mirrored?
No, the words are the same. The position of them is mirrored on the tower, but their words are still reading, left to right.
Interesting. Okay.
Search. Yeah, the thing that's different in this room that is clearly different is this dead body with that same nature check from before from Max. Clearly emaciated, died of hunger or thirst or something like that. Finri, you do find the same glyphs from before, a symbol of Yivani, the Orcish god that's emitting kind of an aura, and a cloud with rain in this room. and in that gnomish writing, now you can read, there's nothing that 100 men could ever do. There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do underneath that.
Max puts his hand on Midolfir's shoulder. It's gonna take a lot to drag me away.
At least we're not getting rickrolled. I mean,
oh, I need to write that down. Thank you.
Oh man. I suspected this last game, GM, by the way. I was like, no. And then I read the thing and I was like, it's gotta be.
yeah, some people actually go to like the classic books from like, D&D to get inspiration. GM is just looking to the 80s. We had like big trouble in Little China in the previous dungeon. Now we have Pluto.
It's okay. I'm currently doing an encounter based on Neon Knights from Black Sabbath. Named Dio was in charge.
You guys find this room. You just have an uneasy feeling that around you there are enemies. Like, imagine the whole, like, you cannot rest right now. There are enemies nearby.
Max is going to pretend that he's like, oh man, this is such a good spot to fall asleep, guys. I'm totally going to close my eyes and just rest right here.
There's that other big room. Can we go to the other big room to see what's in there? The one that had like the wind or whatever?
Yeah, it's close by. Max, as you kind of like feign to do that, you notice the party is leaving the room. Are you following suit?
Yeah. I realized that Max is used to this, where he says something and then everybody else. That's a terrible idea.
You do make your way back to this room.
Wasn't there like a spiral staircase or something in the equivalent of this room?
No, there was that stalagmite that I climbed up to get to the tower.
Where was the spiral staircase? Was this here?
Spiral staircase was how you got in there. Yeah, exactly. For some reason,
okay.
Clicker isn't working anymore. It's weird.
Yeah, we should have been able to come to here like from the tower, right? Because you went up the stalactite and then walked to the tower, so we could have come from the top too.
Yeah,
y'all came into from the original room into the hallway here.
Correct.
And then walked up to the tower from here.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and show things since you guys are aware of this positioning, anyways.
So how did we get into this chamber from the other side? Was it this path here?
Yeah, the entry into La Sardat was that path right there. You gonna go take a look?
Well, there was a rune in this room on the other side.
Yeah.
Yes, there is. Would you like to look at that?
Yeah, I'm still searching and checking the rooms out.
Okay. As you search again, looking for the spot that you knew it to be, you do find that gravity well image with a ship above it with wings. Midolfir, the other thing that you guys are finding is each time there's one of these glyphs, instead of the friendly image, there is another difference, is that each one of these glyphs has the danger image from your childhood adjacent to it.
Be sure and, of course, share that with the party.
Okay. You do see the entryway to get out of this cave up ahead, or the hallway that you came down to get out of this cave.
GM, there was no gnomish writing with these glyphs?
Not with this glyph. Yeah, no, there wasn't. This one did not have any gnomish writing on it.
Do we want to try to go out and rest and then come back in and continue exploring?
Max is starting to get the in his brain, he's like, pretty sure it's going to be the same outside as it is on this side.
You guys go up there and investigate.
Yeah, and there was also the rock climbing that we could have done at the beginning that we never did.
Midolfir did. He went around the high side.
Oh, GM, I have a question. These rooms that have the green lights and stuff in it, is there still the flakes in the air?
There are. The flakes are still present here.
Is there any difference in the glow that they give off on this side?
No. I mean, the density of them is similar. Like, as you got further from the bridge, the density went from kind of flurries to just very sparse.
Yeah, but I mean, like, in each of these rooms, is it similar to what we saw on the other?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
No
Alright.
color change, nothing like that.
So if on the other side I were to flush a toilet, the water would go clockwise, and on this side it would go counterclockwise.
There's
Right.
no way to check for the Borealis effect right now.
Coriolis.
Oh, Coriolis, thank you. Yes. Are you guys heading towards that entrance to the cave like Landry recommended?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You climb the stairs that you came through on the entrance. And you go up the stairs and you start going through that narrowing that happened to like 3 feet, less than 6 feet. Midolfir kind of crouching at times to get through. And you come to where the entrance would be. But it's not there.
Hey guys, I think we gotta take some time to do the things we never had. Okay?
Man, so bad.
What else do you expect from Max? I'm trying to find more cringe, and I can't find as many cringy things as I'm looking for.
Yeah, there does not appear to be any way to leave.
Yeah, the only other thing that we have in terms of clues is before we entered, there was that letter to number transposition thing. We can turn the letters into numbers, but I haven't seen any numbers or anything that could be numbers in this cave. So I still don't know what to do with that part.
We
I've
didn't
not
really
seen anything like that.
before. We didn't really like walk through these southern passages.
You did. I mean, you guys searched for about an hour. We kind of fast played that. As you went through it, it was passageways. There's various bends and stuff. Max investigated kind of a region that looked like stairs, but it turned out to just be a natural slate rock formation. There was nothing of interest there. But on your way back, you have noticed there's a couple more dead bodies, all showing kind of emaciation and signs of dying from that cause.
Hey GM, I'm gonna ask some questions about that numbers to letters thing.
Sure.
Were any letters or numbers repeated? Or are they all unique?
The numbers that you have, no letters repeated. Some numbers repeated. None of the numbers exceeded 12. But the letters were in alphabetical order. A through, I believe, R. What else?
So really the only thing we haven't explored on either side is into this void hole.
Yeah, the void hole with the voice. You didn't go down that. You guys came across the bridge. There's like a chasm. Other than that, you guys feel, at this point, let's say a couple hours have passed as you look through. The only thing that you've found that's different are these dead bodies and the voice. I guess some of the glyphs and stuff.
And there's nothing else on any of the dead bodies? They're all just dead bodies?
Just dead bodies, and anything that they had of value for whatever reason is not on them anymore.
Now all of them showed the sign that they just died of like emaciation.
You came across one at this entry room. The room that you just got out of to go look at the entrance to the cave. That, as you look at it, it didn't look to have died from emaciation. It looks to have died from... it's right next to this large stalagmite, and it looks like it died based on the twistedness of its back, falling 50 feet and landing awkwardly and maybe snapping its neck in the fall.
Skill issue.
Do you have speak with dead, Max?
Oh, God, no. I don't think so. That's like a much higher spell, I think. Let me check.
Check all your scrolls, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's like a cleric level 3. I'm nowhere near that. I can't. No.
I was just thinking about the D&D movie.
Yep. So I can ask the 3 actual non-question questions? Yeah.
That was an excellent scene. One of my favorite scenes from the movie.
Yeah.
Do you want to...
Did you guys notice that the cartoon characters were in the maze in the Coliseum?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's
Do
great.
you... this person looked like they fell from somewhere, is what you said, GM. Can we go...
Yeah.
Can we go to the tower to look at the... Instead of climbing up, Can we go to the other side, to the top of the tower, to see if there's anything there and search around that area?
Yeah, you just don't want to climb, but you want to go around to see the top of this rock that Medolfir previously climbed in the other version. Yeah, you can definitely do that. It takes you a few minutes to get around there. You give me a search check. Finray, and only Finray. As you look around, you find underneath a rock a piece of paper. And on that paper, there are rudimentary... Imagine Charlie Day from Always Sunny. His style of writing, as you look over to the rest of the group, it reminds you of Orcish. You've seen Orcish now that you've been in Bacchus. I don't think any of you actually can read Orcish. Confirm. Any of you actually speak and read Orcish? Because Medolfir does not.
I
Speak,
can't.
just not read.
I can't, but my intelligence score, so I could learn it.
I will say, if you go ahead and commit to that being Orcish now, since you were in Bacchus for a while and you've heard a lot of Orcish, I'd allow that to be the permanent decision for your next language right now.
Yeah.
Okay. You've been hanging around the orcs enough now, Max, that you take the note and you read it. And it is like Charlie Day from Always Sunny, where it's the verb, noun, content, everything's all mixed up and real childish read. But it essentially says, no more can live. Seen too much. There is no escape.
I want to imagine the scene from Life of Brian, where the centurion is explaining grammar to the graffiti artist, except Medolfir is the centurion and Max is the graffiti artist. Just from a verbal standpoint.
Rome must be sucked by you? No.
It is clearly, it appears to be some sort of suicide note.
Yeah. So I read that out loud as I understood it. Medolfir fixed me, I assume.
Yep.
Yeah.
What the hell are you guys gonna do?
You could always go jump in the hole, or we could figure out how to get back across the bridge.
You haven't been back to the bridge.
Medolfir's curious. He just had a thought. He asked Max, "Hey, when we got to the other side of the bridge, did you open that glass case thing?"
There isn't one on this side, is there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is. I showed you the image. There was a similar
But
one on this side.
I don't have a Whitstone to insert on this side, so we're fine. Probably.
Do you guys wish to go back to that thing?
Why don't you cast Create Water and make it rain inside that thing?
Okay, let's go.
You guys make your way back over. You
Can
do
I
see in front
also
of
say
you-
I'm still worried about the skittering, so I'm as much as we can be aware of like things trying to ambush us, I would still be very wary of.
Sure. The only things that made themselves apparent to you before was in that whole room that you are now comfortably a little bit away from, Finray. You do always get the sense, and Landray mostly gets the sense, there are things skittering in the high ceilings above, but they're very good at hiding whatever they are. They could be tiny, you don't know. They have not approached you.
How high up did you say the ceilings are?
It varies, and specifically you don't hear the skitterings in the very narrow passages. You hear them more when it opens up, but 40, 50 plus feet at times. So like dark vision would be able to see them, but these things could also be very good at hiding.
Max says, okay, somebody, can you guys like hold me up high? Like, can I get like a boost?
Shoulder.
Can somebody like put me on their shoulders? Yeah. I need uppies.
I'm gonna just look at Max and I'm like, are you really asking this?
Yeah.
Midolfer will give him uppies.
All right.
Max,
one time.
Max looks like the kind of guy who has good vertical, though. Come on.
Twitchy muscles. As you go up on Midolfir's shoulder, the light from your twig does light just the edges of it, lights the ceiling in spaces that are much taller.
Okay.
You get the feeling at one point, almost like when you turn the lights on and there's like roaches in a kitchen, there's a scurry feeling to it.
Uh-huh.
But like wherever you've shown that light, you do not see anything. What you thought you saw was a small, maybe even tiny being with multiple legs, ashen tone, so it was very camouflaged to the stone, that just skittered out of sight, almost like insectoid maybe.
Okay.
It
So
was small.
Max up a little bit higher because he's on Midolfir's shoulders. Midolfir's pretty tall, right?
Yeah.
Max takes his mage hand out to the maximum range and sees if it can reach the ceiling.
last?
It's just concentration forever.
Okay, yeah. Then what are you doing? Sorry, I interrupted.
It can go out to the maximum range,
Mm-hmm.
which is 45 feet from me,
Mm-hmm.
and see if I can like reach the ceiling.
Yeah, as you do so, you can reach the ceiling.
Okay, I just move the mage hand back and forth to like scrape the areas that are dark.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, it seems like wherever you try to go, you get the sense that you hear sounds of like things moving away. It's hard.
I mean,
it's
an invisible hand, right?
Oh, good point.
It's not the spectral hand that has visual, like me.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like knock things that are like, if there's anything, it can grab things that are like 5 pounds, I think.
Yeah. Let me check. Okay. As it moves around up there randomly, nothing in this moment falls. I'll allow a check again in a little bit, but in this moment, maybe when you stood up on Midolfir's shoulder, whatever light you had scurried things far enough away from you that the mage hand is not finding anything.
I put one of my hands on like to cover the ever burning twig.
Okay.
And I keep trying.
You are confronted with that same object that you see ahead of you. You had asked whether the Whitstone was going to be in there, Midolfir. As you look in it, it is an empty case.
Yeah, that was a curiosity.
Max, from your previous checks on this thing, you believe that it is powered by some arcane force, whatever it does. It did like a flashbulby kind of thing before when you put a very small Whitstone into it. Yeah.
do I get the feeling we could walk back across?
That same darkness is visible to you right now.
Yeah, but it never went away even when I put the...
Yeah,
Right.
you walked across it before when there was that darkness, so you could.
Let's try it.
Okay. You guys all start walking across the bridge. You approach the darkness. Eventually it starts enveloping you again to the point where all you see is the hand in front of your face, and then it starts to fade as you continue moving your feet in front of you. And as you cross the bridge, you continue until you see ahead of you a familiar sight, the pathway that splits in two, and another familiar sight that may be disheartening, the corpse that is emaciated in front of you.
Groundhog Day.
Can I cast Analyze Portal as
Sure.
we're in the shadow or whatever?
Yeah. Give me an Analyze Portal. Okay.
I don't know what else I need. It's a very large text, so I don't know.
Yes, I see. Yes. You believe that this is some form of a portal. It is, for whatever reason, it has a locked condition on it that will only open if something triggers it. It looks like it is seeking a key of some sort to open this portal, which is strange to you because you just passed through it and it did this strange thing, like it flipped you around.
Yeah.
It seems like it might be like a three-way element somehow. It is one way inward, but this new one that you're looking at, it's got three ways out, if that makes any sense. There's like a triggered state that is for whatever reason, not triggered. It was a good use of a third level spell.
So he didn't get anything in terms of like what actually activates it, or the special item?
It does state that you get a key. You're right. Your concentration on the mage hand drops, by the way, since this is concentration. Yes. It appears that it needs some form of arcane force to activate it. That it is looking for like a charge of some sort to activate it. And you look back to the glass casement and now begin to understand what happened with the Whetstone. That this casement is somehow absorbing arcana to power the portal as intended. That it is seeking some more arcana. What are you guys doing?
Hey, those green flakes of dusk, are they arcana?
Yes, very small amounts. You guys remember that from Elijah. They're almost like the particle bits of the Whetstone.
They're small amounts, but they're large enough amounts that they cause wild effects to happen when you cast magic on them. Apparently.
It's like, you know how like, factory that controls a lot of grain, that you can cause a potential like explosion because of the particleization of that?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Can we vacuum that stuff up? It's gotta be around always here, just like stuff.
I tried doing that before. Like I tried to use a spell that specifically would try to funnel stuff into a bottle, and I only got a very small amount.
Like basically the equivalent of like a small Whetstone is what you got out of it last time. Very small Whetstone, yeah. It did work. Maybe if you did it for days or weeks on end, it could gather more.
So, to the reason why we're here, Medolfair has a feeling we need to investigate the voices that we heard by the gaping hole to the north. I think where we are where we need to be. But I also say we probably need to at least risk a rest for those that need health. Maybe somewhere in the passages, the tunnel passages to the south, maybe set that up. And then go investigate and see what we can do or cause to happen by the bottomless pit, so to speak. So we know it's not bottomless, but
Are you guys doing anything else with this glass casement before you leave it? So I can close the window.
from the way, I mean, I'm sure, Max, are you revisiting what you what knowledge you gleaned from that to us?
Yeah, I am. But question: when we put the Witstone in on the other side of the
You trailed off there. What did you ask at the end?
on the other side, when we put the Witstone into the glass casement, what happened to the Witstone?
It disappeared, and Midolfir came back here to see if it came to this side, and it also is not in this side. It, like, bamfed. As soon as that flash bulb kind of flash occurred, it disappeared.
So Max is getting the assumption that it was consumed.
Yeah.
Okay. So I explained that.
For a moment, it did something. It was like a flash of a moment.
Yeah. So if we put anything in this side, I expect it to also be consumed if it even accepts the item we put in, right? Like, we don't have any more wood stones. So can I put in the vial with the like you said that it was, I had collected some of the green flakes?
Yeah, you still have that, I think, in your inventory. You can definitely put that in.
I mean, it's not in my inventory, but I remember we got it.
Yeah.
So
Can we, if we're gonna go rest and try to solve, before we activate the bridge for one last time with the last thing that we have, before we do the thing we came here to do, can we do the modal fear pit thing first before we try to leave?
yeah. Yeah, Max is just sort of like throwing ideas out there. He's like, I got this thing, I don't know if it'll work. We can try later.
You guys want to go back to that whole room?
Well, do we want to do that, or do we want to take a rest first? Because Landry and Max are both
Pretty banged up.
pretty banged up. Midolfir has a little bit of damage, but it's nothing major. And Midolfir will offer the magic bedroll to Max or Landry, whoever is worse for wear for hit points, to aid in their rest.
I also have healthful rest prepped, so we can get that.
Wherever you guys are going, tell me where you want to go rest and how you want to rest. Put it on the map.
Do we want to just do one of the passageways, or do we want to get one of the rooms? I don't know which one would be more defensible if we have visitors midway.
So I do have a single tiny scroll. I don't have a prep, but I have a scroll.
Tiny hut, you said?
Yeah.
Hey,
GM,
just because I think I know the answer. The Ruby of Sierra doesn't show anything about anything with the portal room, not the portal room, but the bridge room.
Yeah, so like that crystal hasn't actually highlighted anything.
No. The crystal didn't highlight anything here. It did highlight the glyph elements before, the writing under the glyph, but here, nothing. No.
In any of the rooms that we went into?
Yeah, just the writing, the gnomish writing, it highlighted that with the missing words.
Oh.
Yeah. So, are you guys going to do like a random corridor, or are you going into one of the larger rooms? Let's make a decision.
Well, if we're going to do a tiny hut, I think that kind of gives us a little bit of cover, because nothing can see into it, right? Is that? Am I understanding that right, Max?
Yeah, it's opaque.
Okay.
I don't know if we need a tiny hut, or we outside of in this dungeon, the only thing that practice is in the room with the hole, and I feel like there's really not a lot here.
No, but we have stuff skittering around us and up on the ceilings, so.
Yeah, something's definitely like paying attention to us.
Yeah. Landray's the most perceptive as he's been following around. Like, you definitely get the sense that there's things in this cave.
Oh, by the way, Max just now realizes that he's still on Midolfio's shoulder, and he gets down.
Oh,
Not-
I didn't notice you there. Sorry.
It's okay.
So in terms of like where we want to do this, the tower, is it like a cave situation where there's a hole that goes into it, or is it?
No, there's no opening in that pillar.
And it again goes all the way to a ceiling that is just a...
Yeah.
I say we just pop into like this room and tiny hut it in there. But that's
just find a corner.
Yeah. Yeah, get up against the wall so at least we have, the wall to our backs, and then tiny hut it there. And Midolfir will take watch.
You guys all enter what is that green lantern room.
Yeah, we can see the ceiling in that room too, so nothing should be dropping out of there.
Yeah.
So Finray, Midolfir, all in this room.
And
Okay.
and if we're not pressed for time, I think even if anybody takes a watch, we just have to wait a little bit longer, and then everybody can rest and we can keep watch, right? So we're not going to be like running on endurance or fumes.
That's the location you want to be in?
Well, yeah, like up against the wall. Sure.
Okay. You guys get up close to the wall. Did I hear that you're not doing tiny hut, or you are still doing tiny hut?
I would say yes, but that's just me.
Yeah, I think we should.
Okay. Max?
Yes. I can do
Go
it.
ahead and utilize your tiny hut.
Hold
if
on
everybody
before-
agrees.
Hold on before casting that, Max. Do you think the green flex may interfere with that spell?
Give me our knowledge
Have I-
arcana check, Max.
Yeah, okay. I'm wondering if it's more like evocation that causes it, but let me think on it.
No, from your recollection, you do remember it's not just evocation. It has affected other things. It has strange, wild effects. There's a probability element to it, so you know that like sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't, depending on chance. More than anything, it's based on the chance of it than.
I mean, is there more flakes in this room than there are? I mean,
As you went from entrance to bridge, it increased. So this is kind of closer to the bridge. It's midway, I'd say. So it's a normal.
Are the green flecks in the room, or are they just everywhere, ever present?
ever present, just kind of floating detritus? It's not even like falling.
So-
It's just like in the air.
So,
Yeah, so like putting the okay, so with that set of knowledge, would casting spells here be any different than casting spells near
the
on?
entrance.
But there's no entrance here. There's
Well,
just
no,
the
but
where the
west
entrance would
side.
be.
Yeah, closer to now the right side would have less flex for sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, if we want to reduce the chances that something's gonna go awry with the spell, let's just go to that room. I just picked this room because it was right there.
So like the entry room almost is where you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, just to be on the safe side.
Everyone's good with that?
Is this the entry room? The one
No,
with the pillar in it?
the one we're in the map of right now. No,
Yeah, I got you. Hold on.
The entry room is the suicide room, right?
yeah,
The suicide room. It's a
Yeah,
great
there's
way
like
to go.
straight up on the ground a finger pointing at something in that room. I think it's
yeah.
just like a. It's pointing at the pillar for what it's worth. I was like, I can't unsee it now that I've seen it on the ground.
Mm-hmm. Are you guys going back to that room then? The entry room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to reduce
There.
chance.
Sure. And Rodolphir. Okay. I will activate you now. Okay.
What's that circle pit, by the way? That's like to the south of us.
It's not a pit, it's just a large rock. So the dead body's right there.
And if we're gonna stay here, can I do a take 20 search and just take my time?
Sure. Yeah. Do take 20, so that gives you a what is your normal. Or just press the take 20 button for me so I can see what the percentage is. Okay. Yeah. Everybody else is preparing to get some rest. Finnery, you are fully healthy and don't have magic, so like you're searching around intently while the others are beginning to rest. Who is taking a rest?
So let the ones that need the most HP care take their rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Max, you have the spell. I'll let Landry use these magic sleeping bag.
I mean, I don't want to be exhausted, but I would take a rest. It's just I'm not.
Not first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha. So Landray, you're gonna get the double from the sleeping bag. Max, are you casting Restful Sleep?
Yeah, I'm gonna put healthful rest
Thank you.
on myself and on Landray.
Okay.
So he'll get what, triple or quad?
He'll get
I don't know how
triple.
it works. Okay.
Triple. Yep.
And I'll just get the double.
Okay. So when you guys fall asleep, Landray, you will get 33, and Max, you will get 22 back. Finnery, as you search around, you feel there are no enemies in this space. You find, a pretty empty room cleared. Are you guys putting any kind of long-term light in this room other than Max's twig? Max, are you putting your twig away?
Put your twig away.
Yeah, I mean the twig. Yeah, I mean the inside of the hut provides light, so.
Good point. Yep.
So I can put it in my jacket or whatever. Do I think Landry will get to full after this rest?
33. Yeah, you do get the sense, having been with him, that yes, meta-wise, he will be full after this rest.
Okay, and I'm only gonna get 22, right?
Yep, which I think is enough for. Oh no, you'll be just short, Max.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give myself and Landray each one casting of Cure Light Wounds.
Okay.
Before we go to sleep, so I'm gonna I'll do it for Landray.
Landray doesn't need it. Madolphir.
Well, yeah, I won't need it. With the
unless
triple
you're
rest, I'll
worried.
I mean, Madolphir is gonna heal anyway, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. So I want Landray. I mean, I'm gonna get my spell back anyway once you rest. I want us to not be so far down going into the sleep, So 9 for Landray.
Okay.
And 3 for me. Ugh. Okay. Oh, I do have. Hold on. I keep forgetting about this freaking thing. Hold on.
Yeah. What do you
I've got kick-ass stuff that I keep ignoring on heals. I've ignored it the entire time since I've gotten this stuff. Let's see here. What the hell is that?
So Landray, you got back what he said. Did you add that already?
Yeah, I added 9
Cool.
to my HP already. Yep.
Excellent. So you haven't cast the hut yet, then, Max, or have you?
I don't do it until we're about to
Okay.
actually fall asleep. I thought I had something that improves, gives extra on heal spells. Didn't I?
Is it a feat? There's a feat that does that. It gives you +1 per level of the spell. I had it on Goldfin.
Yeah, I don't see that.
And then if you're, I don't know if it's in 3.5, but if you're a cleric of one of the Palor, I think, you get extra bonuses to healing too, I thought.
Yeah, I don't think you have that, Max. I don't remember that.
Damn it. Where the hell did I...
In terms of other people doing things for this evening, Lanray, you have that book, that tomb that you would finish up tonight if you were to read it. Are you reading that in the tiny hut if it is cast?
Yeah, I mean, I might as well. Yep.
And Max, this will last 10 hours based off the scroll when you pass, if you were to cast it from the scroll. All right, so Max, are we moving forward?
Yeah, is everybody ready? The
so
tiny
you guys-
hut is a... It's a CL5.
Yep, so it lasts 10 hours, and it is 20-foot radius, which is shown on the screen now. So go ahead and use the scroll. And this room has a lot less of those green flecks for sure. I still need you to roll a 1d100, but the percent chance, you basically have to roll higher than a 90 for it to have any impact on this casting.
Does, like, the cure wounds and the restful health need...
They have no negative effect because they are both instantaneous and harmless. So you notice that as you cast those, like there is no impact from the spells that are fitting that criteria.
Okay.
Like even if it were affecting that, it has no tangible effect because of those conditions. Okay. So yeah, roll me a 1d100, basically higher than 90 is what, good, yep. As you cast it, it fills in as you would expect. The green flecks start hitting the edges of it. You can just kind of perceive them just through it as they land. It looks as if they could theoretically deteriorate the hut earlier than when it would be completed, but that doesn't seem to be the case right now. So just as a future notice, potentially those detritus could affect Tiny Hut to shorten its length in the future, but not right now. Not on this casting. Okay, you guys are in a room that you feel to be safe within the Tiny Hut. You two can rest now. The other two are going to take guard. Are you guys eating before you go to sleep? You haven't eaten in a day.
Max also forgets that...
Max, if you have the ring from what's his name, you don't need to eat, and you only need 30 minutes, and you get a full night's sleep.
That's a good point.
It's 2 hours actually. But yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also carrying everlasting rations.
Excellent. So you're good.
I've got 3 deer rations and 2 greens rations left.
So go ahead and, Max, are you eating any of the deer rations?
No, I have the ring of sustenance.
Yeah, okay. So then Finri and Medolfi are the only ones who need to eat right now. So 2 of those rations need to be removed, Medolfi. Thank you. Okay. You guys chew the fat while the other 2 get rest. I will say you 2 both get rest. Lanray, you are able to read the tomb as you wake up after your rest. But go ahead and reload your full health or whatever you do actually gain from the sleep. And
well, then I think I get the 33 or whatever that Max had calculated, right?
Yeah, you get 33 total health, so that takes you up to full.
The full, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can...
As you awaken, you see Medolfir and Finri, you all have kept watch. Give me listen and spot, just so that I can clear what occurred Nothing would be able to do anything to you guys right now. You guys feel secure in that, but you would have been observing. Yeah. Okay. I need to roll a 1d100. Okay. Interesting. GM rolled a very interesting number.
69.
Yeah.
Was it high?
Yeah, it was very high. Finri and Medolfir, during the rest that Max and Landry take, you do get the sense that there are beings that have moved into this room, both from sound and from visual. Medolfir, at times the dark vision, since you can see out of this hut, you do see skittering beings that look like fat little bugs with multiple legs and horrible looking like aberration maws. They look beetle-like, but they are small sized, like the size of Finri. Finri, you only hear the sounds around you. At times you think there might be 2 or 3 of these things in the room, Adolfir. They don't seem to take notice of you guys.
I mean, if I saw anything, I would have let Finri know about it, so. Okay. Pointed out to him.
As these things occur, are you guys kind of like moving around in the hut to look better or listen easier at the edges, or are you staying in place?
I mean, we kind of know the deal with this tent, so Medolfir would just be like, we'll just chill. We will observe and not interfere.
Okay, no moving, just kind of staying seated. All that.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
I don't know if you saw it in the chat, but the other thing Medolfir would have been doing during this time is spending some time kind of meditating over the body, you know, kind of in reverence to like, you know, as tribal customs would be to, you know, pay homage and wish for a speedy or uneventful journey to the beyond.
Understood. Max and Lanray, you awaken, you can reset your spells. Lanray, you do now get the ability to read that book. So in this period, if Medolfir and Finri take a rest, you would be able to read.
Got it. And I think I'll circle up with you out of session, GM, on if that wraps it up or not.
It does. This is it. This would be the final time that you need to. Okay. So, Finri and Medolfir, you go into rest also?
Yeah, pass along to them what we saw in the bugs.
Okay. I need Max and Landry now to give me spot and listen checks for the watch. And I will roll another 1d100. Okay. Interesting. You do get the sense that there is sounds being emitted in this room that are not coming from within the hut, Lanray. Your spot check picks up maybe just the visage of something, but the light is not sufficient, and you don't have dark vision. So really you're relying on your sound, but nothing approaches the hut itself. That you would be able to see with that spot check. So you feel like this room is occupied potentially, but nothing approaches you guys. Yeah, anything else? Max? You all awaken? Yeah, Medolfir and Finri, you guys wake up, finding...
Did you see
Medolfir.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't scrolled all the way down. I think you would be, yeah. It doesn't have a limit per day, so as long as there's not somebody occupying it when you're resting, it would work for you as well. Not that you need it, I don't think, but yeah, it would work.
Well, I'm with the regular rest. I'm 4 shy of max, so using that would put me at max.
Gotcha. Yes, you can do that.
All right.
I'm just adding a permanent buff onto Lanray for the Tomb of Exercise. And I'll make it special looking later. So it is 1 bonus to strength, right? I believe that's the case. Let me just
That was
check.
going to be my question, actually. Is like, it wasn't clear to me what the actual bonus was, if it was plus 1, because that's what it was titled.
+1 to strength, and it is a inherent bonus. Okay, yep, that's now active on you on your buffs. It is a permanent buff. So your strength score should now be 1 higher, which is, yes,
13.
calculating
Yep,
correctly,
it is.
13. Cool. Okay, you all wake up, spooning for health. Yeah, you guys are fully rested. What are you guys doing? Never mind, I got that. Yeah. What are you guys doing?
So we go investigate the hole. I mean, we are the hole busters, so
Yeah, there's a hole that needs busting, DM.
yeah,
Can't stay away from that.
let's go bust this hole.
Max, you holding that twig still in your hand as you guys remove the hut?
I'm gonna take the twig out.
You broke
Right
up
from-
again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the twig out while we're still in the hut,
Okay.
so that the light will spread out of the hut
Got it.
and kind of light up the area around us before I dismiss the hut.
Okay. As you do, the light shows into the room, and you do see now a couple of those weird, bugged, small beings scatter out through the hole at the top of the stalagmite that Modolfir climbed through and disappeared, like roaches, basically.
So they're scared of light.
They appear to just be not looking for confrontation at a minimum.
Okay. So yeah, then I'll get rid of the tiny hut.
Okay. So you're heading over towards the whole room, right? That would pass the bridge, I believe. Do you do so?
Are we going across the bridge, or are we
I
busting?
thought we were going to the hole.
Yeah, if you're going to the hole, basically you would cross the bridge, so I'm just pointing that out.
What?
Oh,
bridge?
just pathing out of the south.
Yep.
Like,
Well,
What?
you're not in that room, you're in the starter room on the far
Like-
right.
Okay, we wouldn't cross the bridge. We would go by the bridge.
right,
Past the bridge, yeah.
Yeah.
passes it on our left.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys
Max kind of
so-
points at the bridge and does the little touristy.
Yeah,
shield.
look kids, the bridge.
Yeah. That's where
Oh, it is like the
Sizeful
Griswolds.
lives.
It's the Griswolds European vacation. You guys are going around Trafalgar Square, or the roundabout over and over.
Yep.
Okay, you guys pass it and go towards the whole room. We're gonna call it, I guess.
I legitimately need to know if the Totem song has anything to do with like the being solved here, because I'm not smart enough beyond recognizing pop culture.
Try some stuff. I don't know. You guys all enter the whole room this time, or is Finry leading it ahead again?
I would recommend I lead it ahead again, and I think it's going to be important that if there's a bunch of cloakers that are going to jump out, I think being together is probably a good idea. Because before, that was part of the reason we got clobbered a little bit, was because we were all over the place.
Separate.
So you guys are gonna
Hold
stay
on.
together.
Are you saying separate, or are you saying
Yeah.
we should stay together?
No, don't group up. Be near, but don't group up, because they can blast us all together instead of individually.
Position
Right?
yourselves however you want in this room.
Is that what you meant, Fenry?
No, I wanted us to group up.
Together?
They have cloakers have abilities that can target area, like cones or whatever. I don't know. So, but they also have, if you're alone, they can also wrap themselves around you or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Multifaceted.
yeah, I don't think one or the other way is necessarily like the way. I don't know.
Either way, Finry, you're leading the group ahead.
Okay.
I don't think we should be super spread out. How about we do this? How about we're like 2 or 3 squares away from each other so that we can run to help each other if we need to, but we're not in the line of sight of like everything.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, position accordingly. Okay. Finry, at the head of this group, as you enter and people start moving about, you hear a voice coming from your own mind again. Come back to investigate. You're so lost. Are you getting desperate? Desperation is dangerous. Maybe you should jump. Yes, jump down.
I'm just going to say out loud, this spooky voice wants me to jump in the hole.
Alright, so there's one action that is off the palette now. that makes it nicer.
So if spooky voices tell you to jump in a hole, it's probably best to not jump in the hole.
I need you to give me a will
Unless
save
you're gonna
Midolfir.
bust it.
Who's the will save?
You, Midolfir. You seem to be targeted. Okay. You hear a voice in your head, Midolfir. Oh, but maybe I say that because I don't want you to jump in the hole, but I do want you to jump in the hole. But then you might know that I want you to jump in the hole, and you wouldn't jump in the hole. And it starts just being like a paradox in your head that your intelligence is not capable of discerning, and it kind of just gives you like a little bit of a nosebleed.
Does Midolfir start moving towards the hole?
Are you moving towards the hole, Midolfir?
No.
Okay.
Not if I have the ability to resist. Yeah, no, hell no.
In your head, it says, "Oh, I don't think you really believe in me yet. I need. Let's see. Yeah.
Before we do that, I have a smoke powder pellet.
Okay.
I am going to throw that in the.
Okay. You're just throwing it.
Yeah.
Okay. It goes into the hole. It falls, just like the rock that Lanray threw in there before. It takes about 6 or 7 seconds. And then as it hits on the ground, it ignites and goes like a flashbulb down there, but it's so far down that if it was lighting up anything closer to the top, you know that the light will not have shown. It shows just as like a very faint reddish thing as it hits the ground at the bottom. And the voice... Oh, you're going to throw multiple?
No. I went from 3 to 2.
Okay, got it. As that happens, the voice goes, "Oh, are we throwing things?" Midolfir, I need you to give me a reflex save. The rest of you, as Midolfir hears this, but you guys aren't, see a portion of the top of the cave starts cracking. Crack, very quickly, and a boulder is pulled off of the cave itself, about 18 inch in diameter, and is flung at a high speed at Midolfir. Midolfir, you are able to move out of the way, but you still take damage as it grazes you. You take 8 Lots of d6s. You take 13 points of damage, but -2 since it is bludgeoning damage. So you take 11 points of damage, even though you avoided the hit. It
You don't
grazes
have
and hits your
uncanny
shoulder.
You don't have like improved uncanny dodge, do you?
I don't think I have uncanny dodge. No.
You have
Uncanny dodge is at second level.
Oh,
So are you at fifth
I think
level?
you might have improved uncanny dodge.
I do have improved uncanny dodge, but all that does in the reading is that I don't get flanked.
Yeah.
It's evasion. It's not.
It's evasion.
Yeah, he doesn't have evasion for sure.
Yeah, you take that 11 points of damage. As this boulder crashes into the ground next to you, Max, you almost get hit by it as well. But you are safe from it. You don't have to make a reflex save. And then the chuckle returns. Come closer, little playthings. My children are hungry.
Your children are a bunch of bitches.
As you call that down the hole, a series of those strange beings start crawling out of the hole. I need everyone to make an initiative roll.
Because as I take a step back from the hole, like a 5-step back,
Okay.
That's it.
Nice. I didn't roll fucking 5 for my initiative this time.
Sorry, this one's here. Okay. Let me roll these guys. Okay. And then I need to roll. One more. Okay. All right. Let's get the action pumping here. Right at the end of session. Okay. In combat. The strange aberration that appears on the left side rushes up. It's going to take 15 feet. And it is going to... Let's see. It is going to just come up here and get into position right there, Midolfir. That is its entire turn. This one that crawls up is close to you, Finray. It takes a 5-foot step, and then it is going to attempt a concussion blast on you. I need you to give me a... Oh, no. There is no saving throw against this. As this force of psionic pressure comes out, a force that you remember only from the Surlon that you faced in the Shatterwake Islands, you feel... Now, it does need to make a touch attack, so let me see if you actually... That's against your touch AC. Does that strike you?
Ooh, nice.
No.
Okay. As this thing approaches to try to touch you and do this blast, it misses, and you feel like this psionic force would have hit you otherwise. Just a blast of sound that misses you because of that. That is its turn. Max, it is your turn.
Yeah.
These beings have some sort of psionic powers.
Max is gonna cast Archon's Focus.
Okay.
And move over here.
Okay, you got it. Load up your Archon's Focus. Finray, you are confronted with one of these gross-looking aberrations. What are you doing? You're on mute, Finray.
I'm thinking. All right, I am gonna do as a swift action. This is the thing that just puts. It just gives me flanking for a turn. It makes a summoned small elemental on the backside of him.
Yes.
So I should get flanking on him. So I'm going to take a full attack on him. But the elemental literally doesn't do anything. It just gives me flanking.
And you're able to do that as a free action, right?
It's swift. Yeah.
Swift. Okay. Yeah. Yep.
And then I'm going to take a full attack with my.
Okay. Yeah, with your kukris. You doing two weapons?
Of course.
Of course. So these are going to be with him flanked, and you're getting the sneak attack. Let's see, his flat-footed AC. This will help. His flat-footed AC is less than his normal AC. These things look like they're very dexterous and skittery, like you've noticed in
Oh my god,
previous
that's a lot.
encounters. Yes. When he gets this bonus, it's a lot. It's a wild shift in that attack versus the crit confirm. The crit confirm on your first one, yeah, thank you. That's your second set. Good. On your offhand. Yep. Okay, so that first attack is actually enough to take it down and make it disabled. And with that second attack that you come through with that sneak attack damage, you're able to pinpoint exactly where to slice it to kill it. So you didn't actually need your offhand. Your unless you want me to check what would happen, I guess, just the first offhand and the first main. Which would you prefer? You want to complete the full attack, or you want to just use a single attack?
I mean, if I can get a single attack, I'll get a full move afterwards. I'd rather.
Yeah, with the single attack version of that, he's down to like -4, so he's dying, but he's not necessarily dead. Do you continue to kill him?
Yeah, the one thing is my offhand should have gotten the sneak attack too. It didn't put it in there. Just give me.
You're right. Go ahead and manually roll that, but I think at a minimum you're going to get 6. So just give me one of your sneak attack hits. I think it's your 3d6 right now on sneak attacks.
It's 2 for assassin stance and 5 for sneak attack.
Yes. So yes, your just your single attack with the 2 hands was enough with this flat-footed being to go ahead and slice it open and kill it. As green ooze pours out of its abdomen, you do have a move action. Okay.
That's it.
That's it. So you are very powerful when that happens. Medolfir, and this little flame disappears at the end of your turn. Phew. Medolfir, before you go, a being appears from the pit. It climbs up across the rock, and you see now the following visage. It looks like this. It is a horrific-looking, huge aberration with 10 stringy-looking, claw-like, maybe spider-like arms, and a really horrible sort of face to it. And it is going to... let's see, how far are you guys right now? $65, 60. Okay. Give me 1 second. Yeah. He is going to use his action to do some sort of... You see, like, its tentacles kind of move a little bit, and then you see a force kind of coming up its body. It is cast or use some sort of psionic special ability. That is its turn. It is now Adolphir's turn.
Well, immediate threat. I'm going to make a charge attack against this one immediately to my west.
Okay. Get a notepad real quick.
Damn, I should have put some power attack in that.
Okay. So the one immediately to your west, as you charge up and swing at it, you do strike it for 15 points of damage. It is still alive. That is your turn, I believe.
It is, and I'm going to... Well, when's its turn?
It'd be at the top of the next round.
Oh, that's that one. All right. I'm going to take a bio. Give me,
Sure.
30 seconds.
Okay. This monster on the right side of the cave comes up out of the hole, and is going to move here. And not seeing Lanray. Lanray, are you actually hiding behind the rock or not?
I mean, I was using it for cover.
Okay. I'm going to say it does not recognize that you were there because of your positioning. So it is just going to continue to move to this point, and that is the end of its turn right there. This one is going to exit out to 0 and just come across here to there. That is its turn. And lastly, this one is going to come out, and it is going to move like this and then approach Medolfir. It is going to attempt a bite attack. Oh yeah. It just critted.
Yeesh.
So Medolfir is definitely going to be hit with that, even though he has that thing that doesn't affect flank.
I'm back.
Yep, you just got bitten by this little sard thing that is attacking you for
How
6
much?
points. 6 points of damage.
So, but 4.
Yeah, 4. It is a bite attack. Lanray, you have not been perceived yet. What are you doing?
The one that just moved into my field of vision, I'm going to take a full attack against.
Okay.
Is this an aberration or elemental?
It is an aberration.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, the one that just crossed by you is what you're targeting, right?
Yep.
That is the first two definitely strike. So you take him down to disabled condition. The other two also strike. Yeah, you're able to boom, boom, boom with the full attack. You are able to take him down and kill him. That is 2 dead Sards. That is your full action. Are you wishing to move at all?
I will take just a 5-foot step.
Okay. Back to the top of the round. So, this one next to Medolfir is going to attempt the concussion blast. It is going to do a touch attack against you first.
Touch AC 13.
Okay. It rolled a natural 14 for an 18, so that is going to work, and you take 1d6. You take 3 points of force damage, and it is going to be 3 points.
Yeah.
Okay. And it is also going to go ahead and, with its second part of its turn, bite you. Does have that ability. 14 to hit, regular AC.
AC 16.
Okay, so it does miss on that. Even though it has flank, you are able to avoid that because of your capabilities.
Yeah.
All right. Max, you are up next. You see Midolfir covered in a couple of these things. What are you doing?
Yeah. So I've got
Yep, you got Archon's focus.
Are either of these two that are flanking
Yes, the one to his left is looking near death.
to his left?
Yeah.
Near death. Okay. Yeah, no, I see what you're pointing at. Don't worry.
Like these are doing like 3 damage, dude. They're dead next round.
Yeah, but I also want to free you up. You know, you are useful.
Unleash the beast.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So here's what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to, as a free action, go ahead and do a magic missile.
Okay.
And that's just gonna target. Let's see. I get 5, I think. So I'm gonna do 2 of them on the one that's hurt and 3 on the one that's not hurt.
Okay.
That are surrounding. So the first two on the hurt one.
Okay.
So 6 on the hurt one, 8 on the unhurt one.
Okay. So that takes him into an unconscious state. He is alive, but he is unconscious and dying. The second one that's unhurt takes 5 points of damage.
5?
Did I misread it? 8. Thank you.
Yeah. And then I will do a fireball.
Yep.
Bad
nice.
guy across
Archon's
the-
focus.
Yeah.
Okay, do it.
So, fireball. And there's no skittering guys near him, right?
No, not that you see.
Just this guy over here.
Although
Yeah,
for
but-
you, Max, like, there is darkness in this room, but yeah, you can see enough to see him.
I mean, dim light should. I should be seeing him in dimness.
You do see him in dimness, yeah. So it's not. He's not getting any kind of concealment or anything.
It's gonna get a lot less dim.
Yeah. Okay. So I need to do a reflex save real quick, and as that erupts, you hear a laughter, Max.
That is a real garbage damage roll, by the way.
Okay, he did roll very poorly. He failed on the reflex save, but you hear this laughing, Max. Actually, I need you to do a spell resistance check also.
Wow.
Oh, sure. Let's see here. So wizard spell.
So it's your caster level.
This is for spell penetration, right?
Yep. And this is evocation. Okay. Okay, so you do pass the caster level, or the spell resistance check. Okay. He starts laughing, and you notice as the fireball erupts, even though it should have hit him for 28 points of damage, there's this kind of aura around him, a barrier that deflects off the fire damage, and he kind of just laughs and says, "You do know that I'm inside your mind, right?" The fireball seems to have been blocked. It seems to have taken the barrier down somewhat, but he does not take any damage from that.
Cool.
Okay, that is your turn. Unless you want to move, actually. Sorry.
Is Lanray hidden right now?
He's pretty well hidden. Nobody's aware of him other than the fact that he just fired off some arrows. But let's say he's not hidden. He is in cover, though.
All right. Can I get to here?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Okay, Finnery, it's your turn. You see the fireball diffused. What are you doing?
I make a normal jog movement, so now I have flanking on this dude.
Okay.
I'm going to take a single attack.
Okay. Let's see. All right.
It also didn't do my crit again on the other side. I'll put it in.
That is weird. All right, so 21 does strike, obviously. So that is going to be taking him down big time. Not enough for massive damage, but doesn't matter because your second weapon comes through as well, and he's dead with that damage. You guys are taking care of the little ones pretty well. That is your turn, I believe, right, Finnery?
Yeah, I'm going to yell. How does it feel to hide behind your babies, you little bitch?
Okay. Excellent. He is going to move. As you notice him moving, he moves lumberously. His little, centipede legs are slow. So slow. Let's see. That is enough, however, to target Medolfir. Medolfir, I need you to give me a fortitude save. You're pretty good at those. Oh, yeah. Okay. Is there half damage on this? Yes. Fortitude partial. Okay, yeah. You still take 1d8 damage. So you take 8 points of sonic damage. But you are not stunned. As the sonic wave strikes you, you feel it internal as your organs almost vibrate with it. That is his turn for now. Okay. That is his turn. Medolfir, it is your turn. What are you doing? Still there?
The one immediately to my left is disabled, correct?
Disabled and dying, yes. Not even disabled. He's dying. He's unconscious.
Is this a rock as per the map art depicts? Well, that this one is behind or on?
Yes, it is behind a rock right now. It has not turned.
If I were standing in this square, would I be able to reach him?
Yes, you would.
What you got?
Yeah, he is benefited by a little bit of that cover, but you can attack him.
So what's the
position.
cover roll?
It's no different. He's just gaining a +4 against range attacks. And actually, against melee, it doesn't help him, so it doesn't matter.
Good.
Yeah, it's only against range. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that'll hit him. That 25 points of damage. He just takes a big slash against him. He is right down to disabled. These things do not have a lot of health. I believe that is your turn.
Did you say he is disabled with that?
He is disabled with that, yeah.
Good deal. All right.
Okay. So, here's what's going to happen. You notice that the large Sardathan being out here, is going to, as a free action, also do a quicken spell, or psionic. It uses that. Okay. You notice that something occurs to it, and now it appears as if this thing is like vibrating in place. It's hard to focus on where exactly it is. That is your turn, Midolfir, and it's quicken. This monster is now disabled. It is going to attempt to bite you, which is also going to take it down to -1, but these things are stupid. Yeah, it rolled really shittily, and it goes ahead and just pretty much unconsciouses itself down to -1. That is its turn. This one is dead. Landray, it's back to you.
Okay. I guess from my vantage point, can I see the big guy?
Now, oh yes, because you have low light vision, Landray. Max's low light goes much further for you, so yes, you do see it. So that dim light is lighting up this whole room for you.
All right. Well, I'm gonna then take a shot at him across the hole.
Excellent. So, go ahead and do so.
I don't like how enthusiastically you said that.
Uh-huh. You do not have the point blank here.
Yeah. Yep. All right, but I'm still gonna do a full attack with rapid shot. So.
Okay. And I need to roll some things. Actually, I'm going to let you roll it, because it's more fun for you to roll. So after this... Okay, so that is rapid shot, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, I need you to roll that 4 times. And what you want is less than 50. Okay. Next. Oof. Next.
Oh.
Actually, it's technically less than 51 is what you're looking for. Okay, 1, that's good. 2, okay. 2 of them strike, 2 of them miss as this vibrating mass is providing him, like this way he's moving is making it hard for you to target him. He's getting concealment from it. So 2 of those strike for, not concealment, let me read it again. It is a 50% miss chance. Yes, as if he had total concealment. Okay, so he takes the first 2, which is 13 points of damage.
Got it.
Otherwise, they all would have struck. All of those were good enough against his AC. He is struck though, so that's good. He you see the arrows strike him. That is your turn. Okay, the disabled. This one is fully unconscious, so nothing there. He has to make a save. Nope, -1. I'm dying. Okay, Max, it's your turn. There's a dying thing in front of you. Big guy back there. What are you doing? And you are currently just on the slightest bit of a ledge where you're standing, so you're 2 feet up.
Yeah. There's no more of these bug guys moving around, are there?
Maybe down in the pit, but not right up here.
Yeah, can't see them. Alright. I'm gonna run up to Midolfir and cast Blur.
Okay.
Nice.
So he is blurring now.
Okay.
For 9 minutes.
Okay, noted.
And then from here, I'm 35 feet away. Alright, So these little bug guys were psionic?
Yes, as is this being that you're fighting currently. A lot like a Sirlon that you've come across before. Almost like an innate psionic capability.
I'm gonna cast Blade of Blood.
Okay.
Since I'm right there next to Midolfir.
Yeah.
That's a first level, so I can do that as a free action.
Okay.
So I've basically buffed Midolfir this turn.
You are the chosen one, Midolfir.
Yeah. Don't let me down.
Okay, you now have that bait of blood.
And I'm gonna take the 5 hit point of damage.
Okay.
So that the
2d6.
Blade of Blood is additional 2d6, so it's gonna be 3d6 total.
So this blade, the next time you strike something, does 3d6 extra damage on the thing you attack. And it is what kind of energy? Is it baleful energy? So basically negative energy. Okay, that is your turn, Max.
It's not typed.
Yeah, it's untyped, you're right.
Yeah.
Just to be fair, yeah. Alright, Finri. You see the others gathering over there. You see Landry behind you. What are you doing?
I can delay my action until after Midolfir. Is that possible?
If you want to do it permanently, you can just keep your entire turn. Otherwise, you lose your move action if you just do it for this one round. Do you want to permanently be behind Midolfir?
Yeah, let's permanently move me behind Midolfir.
Okay, can do. Just manually type you in here. There we go. Okay, so then you gave up your turn, so it's going to go back to the Sardathan now. Okay. Let's have some fun. Max, I need you to give me a will save. Yeah,
I think that will save.
Nah,
Okay.
it doesn't. I lost. Higher.
What's that?
I definitely lost
Ah, yeah, with the 32.
opposition.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, you feel a source of energy trying to grab onto you and throw you with telekinetic energy, but you are able to shrug off this telekinetic energy that's trying to come after you. Okay, that was pretty good. You do avoid that. It's going to continue to move closer, not fearing at all. And now, within its reach distance, it's going to attack you, Midolfir, with a quickened spell. I need you to... Oh, this has no saving throw. It's just a touch attack. So let me see if he makes the touch attack.
He needs to roll 20 percentile first for blurt.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so...
Did it just do a single move?
It did a single move, yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, that's going to hit 27. Is going to hit the touch attack now. It needs to roll the 1d100. So I'll roll it here. Okay, nope. It had to be higher than 81. Oh, yeah, 20% chance, yes. So it would have had to have been 81 to 100. Okay, so this is going to strike you. This hits you for 3d4 slashing damage. So that is...
It's a touch attack?
Yes, it was a touch attack, but he bursts out of one of his little spiny arms. These crystals shard out towards you. You take 9 points of damage, reduced by 2, since it is...
Just questioning, though, the blur percentage is just a hit, but he still has to hit my touch AC, right?
Yeah, he did. He rolled a 27. Yeah,
Oh, I got you.
Yep.
My bad.
It was hitting. Okay. So yeah, he does hit you for 9, reduced down to 7 since it is physical piercing.
Got it.
Okay. That is His whole turn now. He did use a quicken spell to do that. But don't fear, it is your turn.
I'm going to 5-foot step to here on top of his dead child.
Sure.
His or her. Its.
Mm-hmm.
And
Making some assumptions that these are actually its children. I guess he said it was his children.
He did. He did.
Yeah.
So, do I need to roll the concealment percentage thing to see if my attacks hit?
I roll your attacks. Any that would otherwise hit, I will give you the 1d100 for it.
All right.
Yep.
We're going
pretty low.
We're going full attacks.
Okay. So you approach this vibrating spider-like being.
Yeah. Come on.
Lots of them. No crits. Okay, the third one does not hit. I need you to go ahead and roll that twice. The 1d100s twice.
Damn.
Okay. Yep, too high.
Damn.
That was good.
Yeah.
36 is good. So it's a 50-50 chance with him. So yes, the first one doesn't strike, but the second one does. So you do 34 points of damage. Okay. That is
Certainly
your turn.
doesn't feel like you're in my head when my blade cuts through your skin.
Nice. All right, Fenrir, you're seeing Medolfir now in battle against this vibrating being. What are you doing? Oh, Medolfir, I forgot. You did strike, so I need you to do the Blade of Blood if you wish to discharge it. I think, actually, it might not be a chosen.
No, it's on the first hit.
Yeah, it's on the first hit, so you get 3d6 additional damage on it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Okay, so another 9 points of damage on top of that. Thank you. Back to you, Fenrir.
If I take a standard action, then I can attack. Is that correct?
If you take a standard action, you cannot attack after that. If there's something that's using up your standard action, you can move only. Oh, I see what you might be doing.
Yeah, but I can move and I can take a standard action though, right?
You can move and take a standard action, yes. Okay.
That's my movement. And
Yep.
then I'm going to do this Shadow John.
Okay.
Drop it in there. I forget how I can get this to. There it goes. And then I can move 50 feet as a standard action.
Yep.
And I will move here.
Got it. Just give me a hide check real quick. I assume that's what you're trying to do afterwards. Not a great roll, but you still have a super high bonus.
Yeah.
Noted.
And I'm done for the turn. Oh, can I applying poison? Does that take a standard? How do I do that?
A poison is a standard action to apply, I believe. Let me double check.
Never mind. I don't need to do that.
Okay, yeah. I'll put the link in here and you can read it in case you need to. Alright, that is your turn, Fenrir. This being is continuing to die. Yep. It is now at -2. Okay, Landry, it is your turn. What are you doing?
I will. I think I'm just going to take another full attack against them.
Okay, yeah. Go for it. pretty good last time. You still have to make those 50-50s, but we'll see.
Yep.
Okay. Only that. You need to roll that all 4 times. All 4 of those would hit otherwise.
Nice.
So nice and low. Nice. First one hits. Second one hits.
Let's
Third
go.
one hits.
Come on.
All of them hit. Nice.
All right.
13, 19, 23 points of damage. This thing's looking like it's getting beaten up a little bit now. This is the first time that he's looked like a little bit concerned. As those strike, you see the grimace and the laughter in its voice, and you don't hear that laughter anymore after those hit. Doing anything else?
Just laughing. Ha ha ha.
Okay. Continues to die. Max, it is your turn. What are you doing now that you are
All
done
right.
buffing Midolfir?
Am I within this thing's reach right now?
You are just outside of it. It has a 10-foot reach, even though it is huge.
Okay. Sort of. I'm just wondering, like visually, right? Like how long are its legs?
Yep.
Stillion.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna do greater enhanced magical flow. So now, do I have a buff for that? Yes, I do. Go. I turn that on. Okay, so that's the actual like standard action,
Okay.
and then I forget if the. Let me see if that buff actually is active or it's just sort of a status or a timer check. It looks like it's just a timer.
Okay.
So this is the thing where we have to add the +2 manual to
Yep.
stuff. And then I will do Whelm.
Okay. Nice.
Kind of doing that thing where I put the hand out and spread them out like
Yeah,
in what's her name?
Stranger Things. Yep.
Yeah.
You're sevening this psionic being. Got it.
Yeah, so he does need to do a will save DC 21.
Okay. Yep.
And I
DC
think
21.
on top of that, I am gonna also have to do a level check, I think. if that-
Ooh, he rolled real good.
Okay, never mind then. It's a
Yeah,
negate,
so
I think.
it was-
So,
He had to roll pretty good to get that, but yeah, he did.
okay. And then I don't think I can help here.
Nope.
I'm going to. So hold on, Lanray's over here, right?
He is, yes, behind that rock.
It doesn't matter if Lanray is in darkness as long as he can see his targets, right?
Yeah, and he can see his targets great right now.
Okay, so I'm gonna go here
Mm-hmm.
and cause this guy to kind of be silhouetted from Lanray's perspective.
Yeah,
And
he's got
from-
low light vision.
Yeah. And from Finray, he's like backlit.
Yes.
That's my turn.
Okay, the Sardathan's turn. Midolfir. He's going to do an attack. He is able, with these legs, to attack 4 in any direction. Theoretically more if he wanted to, if he had multiple directions to strike at. So here are 4 attacks by him. Okay. Those are physical damage, so you do get a -2 if they strike. I believe the
Well, he needs
23
to-
strikes.
He needs to roll for blur on the 2 that hit.
Thank you. So 2 that hit need a blur. Here's the first one. Oh, it's on. So that does, and then here's the second one. Ooh, that one misses. So only the first one strikes. Good call on that. So that is 8 points of damage that you take. 10 -2.
Got it.
Now he is going to attempt a grapple on you. He does have that ability to do so without any attack of opportunity back on himself. I need you to beat. Oh, you ain't beating that.
Would
You
he
can
still,
try.
would he still have to 20% for the grapple?
No, because it's part of the. He struck you with that slap of his leg, and so now this is him attempting to grapple. Okay.
But that's
He
a
still
natural
beats
20.
you. It is a nat 20, but I think we discussed previously that grapples are not part of the nat 20 universe. Of
Yeah.
automatic.
Yeah,
It's
only
not,
attacks and saves are
Yep.
auto.
It's just whether or not the number beats it.
He grapples you with that hook of an arm and pulls you in. You are now occupying this kind of corner of him.
Okay, real quick.
Yeah.
Action economy for drawing a weapon while grappled.
Light weapons are viable, and we looked at that before. Your weapon is not light.
Well, no, I know the sword isn't, but
No, the axe too. It's not a hand axe.
okay.
Yeah, this came up before. Okay, as he pulls you forward, he telekinetically is going to speak to Finri. And he says, I know what you all are seeking in here. I also know that I've bitten off more than I can chew. I will throw your friend down into the hole and kill him unless you release me. And in good faith, I'll tell you how to get out of this dungeon. He's gonna end his turn like that. Medolfir, it is your turn as well as Finri. Finri, I'll allow as a free action for you to call out what you heard, since it was spoken to.
I don't trust him at all.
Okay. So you don't repeat it via the. Okay. Yeah, Medolfir, it's your turn.
okay. Just because I've never been absolutely clear in 3.5, what's attack rules grapple?
Yeah, so you're taking a negative. Let me double check on your grapple. So I'm toggling grapple in your conditions, which should automatically affect the things that it needs to affect in terms of negatives. While you're grappled, you don't threaten any squares. You get no dex bonus. You can't move. You can attack with a unarmed strike, natural weapon, light weapon. You take a -4 penalty by doing so.
So I can't attack with my sword or my axe while grappling.
Yes, you would have to just do an unarmed strike. Or draw a light weapon.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Can I delay action?
You
Yeah,
can try to. You can also
You
try
can
to
break
escape.
grapple. Yeah. You want to delay though?
I do want to delay.
Sure.
Yeah, I want to delay
Hold on
action.
to your action. Got it. Finri, that means it's your turn. What are you doing?
I'm gonna use the chrono charge of this thing.
Okay. Yeah.
And this is when I'm here, I'm flanking this too, because there's
Yes.
a line that goes from me to.
Through Medolfir, yes. Oh no, but you know what? Medolfir doesn't threaten while he's grappled, so no, you don't.
Why wouldn't he threaten?
When you're grappled, you don't threaten any squares.
Yeah, part of the grapple condition.
That sucks. You want to take back what you did since you see him grappled?
No.
Okay.
There's nothing else that I can do. I just regret a choice earlier on.
Yeah, sorry.
How about this? When I
Actually,
see
no. Hold on. Anybody in the grappling condition loses their dexterity to AC.
Oh, that's a
They
good
get
point.
grappling.
Yeah, that's a good point.
yeah.
So you do get your sneak attack against him, Finri.
Oh, good. And I'm gonna do. Which is this one?
Nice.
So
Okay.
now this gives me 1 extra attack, but all my attacks are at -2.
Yep.
I thought I would get a +2 for flanking, but I don't get the flanking right now. I just
You don't get the flanking. He does lose his dex bonus, so he's flat-footed, and you do get your sneak attack bonus.
So I will do a full attack and then a
Yep.
single attack. Right.
Yes, because you also used the chrono charm to move So you still have your full attack available to you. While you're doing that, Max, technically there are feats that can allow you to keep your threatening. I believe there's a feat that allows you to like basically have normal combat conditions while grappled, but he does not have that.
Oh, did I? Okay. I didn't.
Improved grapple.
I didn't say anything about that, did I?
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, lots of D6. You gotta love a rogue. Okay.
Oh.
The second two don't strike, which is, I guess, something. Oh shit, those are really shitty attack rolls.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh man, that sucks. It was a good gambit and a ton of damage.
I got one more.
Okay. That is your... Yeah, that's because of your additional attack, right? From the...
Yeah, so that should have been 6 total.
Yes. Okay, those two do strike. You cause 46 points of damage. Oh man, if you could see the number he has on HP. Ooh. He looks near death, but he is alive.
I'm going to spring my action now, my held action.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and break grapple.
Well,
okay.
I think you said you were going to delay your whole...
Yeah, delay
turn.
I said I'm going to delay my action. I didn't mean to say I'm going to delay my whole turn.
Oh, okay.
I do need to roll for his blur, just to be honest.
Ah, yes, thank you. That stinks. Roll that twice.
Those rolls were shit.
Yeah, that sucked.
Hold on. This guy has blur?
He has that psionic movement that he has going on him. So you need to roll less than 51 on 2 times. Go for it, Finry.
Boo.
Okay.
Yeah, I did nothing.
Yeah. Damn, that sucks. 46 points back. Okay.
Is breaking a grapple a full action or a standard?
It's a standard action to try to break a grapple.
All right, let's go. Roll low, GM. Roll low.
Okay, that's a good attempt. This guy is like a bunch of arms, though, so, grapple is kind of his thing. Here it is out in the open. No, he rolled good. It was a good roll. He had to get above a 10 to work, so it's 50-50. I think you can even try it again.
Yeah, because it's you said just a single action, so I'm going to do it again.
Yeah, all out. 31 is a little bit easier for him to beat. Let's see if he does. Out in the open. Oh no, he's just shoving it in your face.
Nailing him. Okay.
That is your turn.
Yeah.
This monster's dying. Landray, what are you doing?
I mean, I'm gonna try to finish him.
Yeah. You are not. You are taking a -4 because he is grappled with Medolfir right now.
Oh, by the way, I'm gonna drop. Bengerfield.
Okay.
Why does he get a -4?
Because he's in grapple right now. Otherwise, he's in essentially combat with Medolfir.
Does my precise shot negate that? Or...
No, only if you're within point blank range.
No.
Precise shot? Yeah, I think it says while in point blank range.
It says it says in melee.
Oh, you're right. No, for whatever reason, I thought it's only a prerequisite to have point blank shot, but you get it all the time. Yeah, you don't get a -4. Thank you for clarifying. Yeah, Landry is striking this thing. It does not have deflection arrows. Maybe if it regens in a future life, if you guys kill it, it'll pick up some psionic arrow deflections.
All right. So I guess, do I have to select shot into melee as well as precise shot?
No, because you can ignore that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just don't even select either of them, so it's fine.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Let's see if you can help out here. Still has that freaking awesome vibrating blurriness.
It rolls. That last one sucked.
Let's see how long that lasts. Yep, he still has a few more rounds of it. Okay, so give me 3 of these 1d100s, please.
So does Medulfir, though.
Nice, that's low. Yep, Medulfir does too, yeah. That's
Wait.
nice and low.
Medulfir does what?
You also have a form of blur.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
as good as his, though.
21
50.
points of damage. He's not near death, but he's looking so rough right now.
Ah, damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can move. You want to take a 5-foot?
Nah.
Right.
Good try, GM. Good try.
Okay. This one is dying. Max, it is your turn. What do you got up your sleeves? Did see it deflect off your fireball earlier.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't have any more. Max is going to go ahead and running. He's
Breaking up a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're just breaking up a
Okay.
little bit.
I'm casting Unlock.
Okay.
So DC 22 will negate this.
Okay. Okay. So let me go ahead and try that. Here it is up in public.
Nice.
Ooh, he does fail. Wait,
And
what
you
did
rolled,
do?
you rolled my will, though.
Yeah, hold on. What was the roll? A 6? I'll
Yeah.
have the roll. So the roll was a 6. He has a 13. He does fail.
Okay, so from now on, every
need you to-
time.
Spell
What?
resistance check also.
Okay, all right.
Oh, E.
Yeah, that's good. Now continue what you were saying.
Okay, so from now on, every time he rolls a die, any die,
Mhm.
he has to roll it again and take the lower of the 2.
Holy 5e, Batman. All right.
Nice.
Damage, will save.
Yep. That lasts for 1 round, right? No, 1 round per level. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So with Max's remaining free action,
Yep.
he's going to try to do Power Word Pain.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ooh.
First of all, does this thing have less than 100?
Yes.
No, does it have 100 or less?
Yes, less than 100.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll it. I think it's just spell resistance.
Give me spell resistance again.
Okay. 28.
Awesome. Yes, it does
So-
work.
Depending on what his HP is, the effects are different durations
He
as
has
listed
50
there.
or less. So 4d4. Roll me 4d4 rounds.
Okay.
And you deal 1d6 points of damage also.
Yeah, so the first one is the 44. Yeah, that's terrible. That's
4
all
rounds.
ones. That's all ones.
I know, that's a terrible roll. But 4 rounds is 4 rounds. And then he's going to take 1d6 damage right now.
And then 1d6 every round
Yep.
during the duration. All right.
Yep.
So. Jesus Christ! Come on, guys.
Lots of ones.
It's 5 ones in a row. Well,
Yes.
I guess the spell resistances were before that, so it's averaging out.
Okay, that is your turn now.
Movement. I'm gonna move to give. I'm gonna move on top of this dead body to give
Yeah.
Finray. Well, no, it doesn't matter. I shouldn't do that.
Well, Fenrir gets flank anyway because he's flat. He's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fine.
or not flank, but he gets a sneak attack.
Can I get cover if I go like that
Yeah.
or like that, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. He is going to whisper into Finry's head, "You should have taken my offer." And he is going to do a grapple check to release, to throw you over the hole, Adolfir.
Remember, he has unlock.
Does have unlock, so he has to roll this twice against your grapple check. I believe those are the rules for like throwing somebody from a grapple. Let me see.
Okay, we need to have a discussion real quick.
Okay, yeah, what do you got?
In air, pulling a weapon, activating an ability.
Yeah.
That's basically what I have in my head. The reason why I dropped Bengerfill was so that I didn't have to expend any action economy to let go of that weapon.
Yeah. As you're falling, you can draw that weapon if you are going to be falling.
And then activate it so that I can dimension door above him.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to resist the grapple break.
Okay, he whispers to Finry and goes, "You should have taken the offer." And he throws you, Midolfir. You begin falling, and we will see how that reflects on your turn when it comes around.
Okay.
And then he is going to... Now, Finry, you do get an attack of opportunity when he does this. You take it?
I do, and he's still flat-footed, isn't he?
He would be flat-footed in the moment that you take it, so you do get to take that. Go for it. One attack.
And he has not been talking at all, has he?
Not talking, all telekinesis. That attack, and again, you're going to have to roll a 1d100 afterwards. There's the 1d100 you'll roll afterwards. Okay, lots of dice. Oof. First one doesn't strike. Second one also doesn't strike, so there's no point in rolling the 1d100. Okay. As he throws Midolfir over, he's going to
GM.
Yep.
I know you placed Midolfir,
Yep.
but he would be like on this square when he's let go. Like,
Yeah,
where does he lose contact?
He loses contact right there.
Okay. Max is going to interrupt with a feather fall.
Okay.
So he has Featherfall on him, however...
How far does Featherfall reach?
45!
Okay, yeah, no, you're right about that. As that's happening, he would be right there. So you do cast Featherfall on him, noted. So keep that in mind, Midolfir, whatever you choose to do. That is... The Sardathon is going to now swipe at you with its other leg. Finry, here are 4 legs to you. So, I believe first one doesn't strike? What's your AC?
My AC is 18.
Okay, so first one misses, second one strikes for 8 damage, third one strikes for 11 damage, so you take 19 points of damage. I think at the end of this round, regardless, we're going to end session here. But Finry, what do you got up your sleeves? He is no longer flat-footed, so you don't get your sneak attacks against him.
Yeah, I recognize that. I will. Oh, Midolfir didn't go. He goes before me.
No, he's switched. Yeah, he does. Sorry, I misinterpreted his last action, but yeah, he is actually before you. So, Midolfir, you are falling currently slowly with Featherfall. Are you still activating anything?
Pull the Battle Axe of Vanish, activate, and activate right above this creature so that I will... Well, I don't have a way to judge that because I'm not familiar with Featherfall. Basically, I want to be able to... Yeah, fuck it. No, I want to... If I have my choice of where I'm going to appear, I want to appear and falling back in the same position.
Okay, like you just like reflected back upon it. That is where you are. Oh, and you know what? I need to do that twice, real quick. When I hit you, Finry, let me re-roll those two because he has the unluck. I almost forgot that.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that's good.
All right, that one still hits. I'll keep the damage the same. It's fine. The original damage is the
Okay.
It's the lower of all damage.
Yeah.
It's all dice.
Yeah, so it was the original two that were the lower damage.
Okay.
Pulling the axe out is a quick action.
It is.
Activating is a standard action.
Yep. I'll give you one attack left over.
I was about to say, and then can I forego movement for another standard action?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
All right.
It's really more of like a free action as you were falling that you got the axe out. And by the way, Bangerful is just on the ground right now.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm swinging as heavy as I can from overhead.
Got it.
Boom. Let's hope I roll high on the attack.
That will strike if you can make that less than 51.
Damn.
Oh, man, that displacement he has going still. Let's see. He's got a couple more rounds of it, but it is doing work. That is your turn.
Saving his butt.
Yeah. Finnery, what are you doing now that it is your turn? You do have flank again because of Adolfir.
Yes, that is what I am going to do. I have flanking. Yeah, and he's not saying anything else from it.
No.
Keep putting dice on the screen.
It's basically how many people can sacrifice their bodies in order for you to get flanking. Okay, now only the first one struck actually. And
that crit doesn't confirm, it doesn't matter.
The crit does confirm, but you need to roll the 1d100 to see if it actually strikes.
Roll low. Yes!
Oh man, nice. Just barely.
Wow.
You do strike for 36 points of damage. How do you want to do this?
Yes! Go!
So listen, this is going to be the thing. He's going to be whispering in my mind, you should have taken my thing. And he's going to like throw Modulfir out. I'm going to look. Modulfir's pouring out the axe. And I'm going to say, you wish, you bitch. Modulfir is going to come back and like smack him with his axe. He's going to take a slide back. And then I'm just going to do like a whirlwind and like 3 of the attacks miss. And then the last one, I'm going to stab it right in his like fat head.
Awesome. As the Kukri comes forward and stabs him right between the eyes, all of the psionic life force of this aberration is eviscerated. You have struck it right where its most powerful portion is, and you have defeated this Sardathan. And with that, combat has ended. That is a tough monster. It's basically based off of like a Sirlon type template. So you guys did some work there. Good session, everyone. See if you guys can escape the actual horrors of this mirror dungeon.
Oh yeah.
That was
Next
really
session. All right, guys. Keep Toto's Africa out of your heads. Try not to earworm it.
Yeah. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
All right, guys. Have a good rest of your weekend.
All right, everybody.
All right. See y'all later.
Bye.